In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a blueprint based off of a specific field value. So at the moment, we have business services jobs, which is a new module. And if we go in and create a new business services job, there is a thing called job type. And then based on one of these values, it's going to trigger a specific blueprint for that department or area or job type. So what we need to do is first of all, we need to click on settings in the top right-hand corner. We need to go to modules and fields. We then need to go down to the module that you're looking for and then select on the profile type. And there needs to be obviously already a job type field in here. Now it doesn't have to be exactly called job type. You can rename this to something else if you need to. And then you select on these triple dots and we go down to edit properties. And in here, there will be different options as to the job type that business services are going to be running. And we can just delete that and add a new one or remove one. And then down here, we have display values alphabetically. And also this will be a required field for the staff to be entering. So make sure that required is ticked. That way they're forced to select that, which will then force the blueprint to trigger. Once you've set your options or added or removed some options, then you need to click on the Save button in the top right-hand corner once you've made a change. And then we need to get out of here and we need to head back up into Settings again. And then down the bottom left, we select Blueprint. And then in here, we say Create Blueprint. I'm going to call the blueprint name Option 1 Business Services Job. The module is going to be Business Services. And the field is going to be the Business Services stage. So this may already be an option in the system, but basically every single state that happens inside of a blueprint needs to have, is known as a stage or a state. And so hence the business services stage field will actually be a drop-down menu on that page, but it'll be hidden, it'll be locked down, and you won't be able to do anything with that field. It's up, like the blueprint defines that field, but it will need to be there, which it should be in 90% of cases already there. So then you simply just select that field again. Then we go down to define criteria for which records are associated with this blueprint. Okay, so this will distinguish as to whether or not this blueprint's going to trigger. And it will only trigger on job type. Okay, and it's only going to trigger if option 1 is selected. So this must be is, okay, and then try to only get one selection here of whatever it is that you need for that job type on here. And then ignore the advanced configuration in the bottom right-hand corner. You do have the option to put a description in here explaining specifically what this blueprint is. However, I believe 90% of the time, based on whatever the option is going to be, you can put that in the blueprint name, and that should be very self-explanatory. And then select next. And now we're inside the blueprint, and now we can go in here and start creating the options as required. And now, as you would notice, on the business services stage field, there is only 2 options in there. So I'll go in and show you that. So if we go back up into settings again, and we select modules and fields, we go to business services. You'll see here that that business services stage field is over here. And if we go into the settings on that, there is only 2 options in there. And that's what it's actually pulling up at the moment, which is just those 2 options right there. And then obviously we can go ahead and publish that. There's no transitions in there at the moment, so I won't save. But if I was to go into business services jobs and I was to go in here and create one, you'll see in here business services stage is right there. And at the moment, you can select from option 1, option 2. However, when you create the blueprint and save it, this actual field here becomes locked down on this page and no one will be able to play with it because this field here will be defined based on the blueprint. And then away you go.